Yeah, when it comes to Raúl Jiménez.
And that might be the only time I'm rooting for a Mexican player when he's playing for one of my old teams.
Ooh.
So that might help.
There you go.
I'm glad this program is being recorded so we can have this memory here in Casey. Mau, when it comes to Raúl Jiménez and the year that he has had with this fantastic comeback he's had with the Mexican national team too, is he the best Mexican player right now or what you've seen in 2024?
He had the best year, by far. This redemption story, the fact that he didn't quit himself.
Yeah, huge.
It would have been very comfortable for Raúl Jiménez to say, listen, I tried my best, had a great run in the Premier League, and then I had this accident with David Luiz. All right, and he could be making maybe even more money playing for America or another club in Liga MX or Major League Soccer, but he said, I'm going to give it another shot. I belong here. And when he got this second chance at Fulham, he's played fantastic. And he had to earn his spot in the starting 11.
Correct.
He was not a starter. But then he was able, with his performances, scoring. You know, as a number 9 for Fulham, you're not going to get
No, you're not getting 30
but he's
goal
been able
year.
to convert.
Yeah.
He's been clinical. And he has great understanding with his teammates. So that redemption story is amazing.
And he's also, you know, there's one thing when you play at a club that you know that, you know, you're first and foremost, you're making sure you stay in the league. So goal contributions are key, but also being that team player as well and holding balls up and helping with assists and helping defending from the front. And I think he's done and with everything that Mal mentioned about the injury and having to fight back from the form that he was in at Wolves to then have to fight back for this. And he didn't just throw in the towel and went, I can take the easy route. I'll go back to Liga MX. I'll go back to MLS. I'll go to MLS. But nope, I'm gonna prove to myself that I can still do it at this level.
Yeah. Listen, that was against Arsenal. He's got an incredible record against the Big Six. For whatever reason, he brings out his best stuff against those teams. And you mentioned that if you're playing at a team like Fulham, the chances are very few. He actually starts that play. He's the guy who brings it down, he fights it off, and then he makes a run that's usually a run that a pacier striker would make, not a big guy with that frame. But he's so good in the way he works for others and facilitates others. Now, is he the best Mexican player at the moment? Yes, and by far, and that's not just a testament to how good Raúl Jiménez is, but how bad the rest of the Mexican pool actually is right now.
I think that's true, yeah.
I didn't say that.
No, it's true.
You thought it, though.
Edson Alvarez.
No, I just enjoyed it.
I was going to say,
That's
you didn't
all.
say it.
I didn't say it, but I had a big smile on my face.
Think about this for a second. Edson Alvarez, who held that, that flag for a while, was waving that flag for Mexican players in Europe. He's had his worst season in Europe this season. He's an afterthought right now at West Ham. Santi Jimenez, he just getting right back into the fold. He's had a few good, weeks, but he's not had this campaign that he had before that, the previous 3 campaigns. Cesar Montes, Luis Chavez, lost in Russia. You look at Johan Vazquez, he's trying not to get relegated for the 4th time, I believe, in Serie A, or 3rd time in Serie A. It's been a bit of disappointment for Mexicans abroad, and it's Raúl Jiménez and Raúl Jiménez's redemption arc that Mal was talking about. That's the only saving grace right now for Mexicans abroad.
This is how good his year has been.
Okay.
A year ago, we were debating ourselves, fighting amongst each other. Who should be the number 9 in the Mexican national team? Is there either Santi or Henry?
Yeah.
Well, fast forward to December 2024, there's no doubt that the starting number 9 for the Mexican national team is Raúl Jiménez.
And that's the conversation we're having kind of with the U.S. team as well, is who's going to establish himself in that position. And what we've always talked about is it's not a case of picking somebody. It's a case of somebody establishing themselves. And we've talked about Josh Sargent in the championship. You talk about Ricardo coming off the bench for in Eindhoven. But at some point, you have to say, this is mine.
This is it.
And he's done that.
Yeah, the mentality from this player is really impressive. It's really hard not to root for Raúl Jiménez wherever your heart lies. But this is such a good comeback story for him.